Hi and welcome to another Python tutorial of working with canvas. Now let me show you guys how this works. I'm going to clear off everything here and let's change the back color. We can change that to whatever we want there. Let's change the font color as well. Let me go for yellow and write whatever you want to write. The choice is yours. So display, and guess what, we can change the font size. Let's come in here and change the font size to something a bit maybe readable. Let's make that big font. Look at that. And what else can we do? We can reduce the size of the font and even change the color of the fonts. Let's say we want to go for red color. There we go. And what else? We can draw a line. Let's make that green. There. We can draw rectangle. Let's change the color of that very rectangle. There we go. And what else? Okay, we make that. Let's make that green. And we can even add images. There we go. Look at that. Or we can seek for help and even write on board. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Python development environment and we'll put one of these together. Let's do that now, guys. Let's start a new project from Enter. I'm going to import all of the above. Import it all. And in there I'm going to import my message box library. So I'm going to call that Enter. Dot, that will be message box. There we go. And the other thing I intend to import is going to be from, let's import ttk, import it all, ttk, and we also need to import the color chooser. There we go, that's it done. And I will now give my project a class. Let's call that class writer and enter parentheses there. And right down below it I'm going to define my functions. So let's say initialize the above, and that is going to be self comma root. There we go, enter parentheses there. And there, here, there we go. Now you see self.root. I'm going to call self.root so that I can define the name of my application. I'm going to just call that self.root equals root. And I will also define the geometry, copy that, paste it right underneath here and just say dot geometry. And that is going to be 1360 by 800 plus 0 plus 0. Okay, plus 0 means the program will start all the way from the upper left hand corner here and all the way to fill up my own screen. Depend on my screen resolution. The next thing is I'm going to define a variable. There, this variable I'm going to just call it space, and this space is going to be inside self.root. Let's paste that and we'll have it copied. Self.root dot title, and open up a parenthesis. I'm going to make the title about 190 multiplied by the space that I have defined there so that I can get my text centered. Say plus, the following lines of text, and the text is going to be as above. There we go. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to call save.roots because I want to create an icon. Copy that and paste that underneath here. Save.root.icon, and the icon is going to be, the method uses icon bitmap. Icon bitmap, and the name of my icon is captain.ico. There we go. That's my icon right there. So I'm going to now round up the whole process, then we'll run it, save it and run it and see. To round it up, now I'm going to come down here and just, let's say, if, open up a space or add a space. No, the if should be lowercase. If it's set as follows, equals name and underscore equals apostrophe underscore main and underscore apostrophe column, and we then say root equals tk, open up parentheses, and I'm going to now say root dot option. Just want to now create something for up here, so that anytime I click on any of these drop down lists, I want it bold. So let's say option, the option that I want to give to my system is going to be an apostrophe multiplied by all of the font, enter an apostrophe comma, and the font I intend to use is going to be, let's say, Raiden, and I'm going to just make that, let's go for about 10, comma, bold. Close that, and right underneath I'm going to say application equals writer, and that writer is inside root. There. Now I want this root to loop. Let's say root dot main loop. Okay, let's get all of these indented, else we will end up with error. Indent that, and we also want to indent this as well. There we go. Okay, before I go any further, I'm going to save it. Let's save it as, I'll say pi underscore writer canvas. Okay, click on save. There. Okay, I'm now going to run my application just to see how it looks like for now. There we go. That's my logo right there, and this is my title, dead center. Look at it. Okay, let's close that. Now the next thing I want to create, I'm going to create my canvas. Okay, right underneath here I'm going to enter my canvas, so I might as well just call it self dot my canvas, and my canvas is going to be the widget that is called canvas, and this widget is right inside self dot root. There. I'm going to close that, and I'll now come down here, paste that, and let's round up this canvas. So what I'm going to just do is I'm going to set dot pack, and I'm going to ask it to fill up my screen equals fill up both sides, and I want it to expand equals true. There we go. I'll close that. There. I have my canvas in place, so if I run it, you might not be able to see the canvas because of the color. Let me show it to you guys. There we go. My canvas is there. As you can see, there's no error. Now, for you guys to be able to see the canvas, I'm just going to come in here. Let's say comma bg equals, let's make that up. I'm going to enter whatever in there, just 6 of those. All right, yeah, using the hexadecimal notation. So enter an apostrophe there and an apostrophe here, apostrophe hash 6 numbers, or you can add 6 alphabet A to F. So if I run it, this is what you guys will see. There we go, it's green color. All right, that's cool. All right, close that. If you want to use alphabet or mix it with alphabet, let me just go for A, B, C, D, E, F. That's 6. Let's see what does that gives us. That's it. Sky blue. That's cool. So that's how you mix the color, or you can also just type it in if you know whatever the color is called. For example, I know of this that is called cadet blue. Cadet blue. With cadet blue, just type out cadet blue or whatever color you want, and there we go. But I prefer mixing the color because I understand that much better. I might not know the names of all of the colors. This is red. So the next thing I'm going to do now before I go any further is I'm now going to create my menus up here. So let's change this back to A, B, C, D, E, F. That's sky blue anyway. There should be an hash there. There we go. Else it's going to give us an error. So now run. Okay, that's cool. Now right underneath here, I'm going to create my menu. So the very first menu, I'm just going to call, let's say menu. Yeah, we just call it menu bar equals the widget that is called menu, and this widget is going to be inside self.root. There. And now, next thing we want to do is we now want to say self.root. Let's copy all of this because we want the menu just like we have in here. So it's going to be self.root.configure, yep, equals as follows, equals menu equals menu bar. That's what I call my menu bar. There. Now, for us to be able to see some content just like we have in here, you see here this file. So we're going to have to use, first of all, let me just say file menu. That's just a name I'm giving to it, equals menu, and this menu is inside menu bar, this very one. And I then want it to tear off. That's one of the functions they use. Equals 0. Now there's going to be, because it's teared off, it's right up here. Now there's going to be some other menu inside it which will then be cascaded down. So those menu, I'm going to then say, let's say menu dot, okay, menu bar, come right down here. Once we finish creating this, we can just copy and paste the rest. Dot add underscore cascade. So there's some else there. Okay, I want a label, and this very label equals, let's call that file. That's the very first one. There. Comma menu equals file name, this very one, and close that. You see, if I run this now, I should be able to see file right up there. Let's run it. You see what I'm talking about? There we go. Look at that. You see, there's a file there, right? Just a file, and that's it. Nothing is happening. Now let's add some data straight into this very file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let's copy some of these. We copy these, yeah, and come right down here, paste that in there. But I'm going to change the name. This one I'm going to call it file menu. Instead of cascade, this one will become command. File menu add command. That's my very first one, and the name on it is going to be new. Okay, and this new, let's close that here. That's the very first one. Okay, I can even add a separator here. So to do that, I'm going to copy this again. So just paste it down here, and that will be separator. Yeah, separator, and then I will then copy this. Let's copy this again. Copy both, paste, and align this properly. So if that is new, the second one, I can just call the second one maybe clear, something like that. Yeah, clear. And let's add one more. The next one is new, clear, and one more. I'm going to call that exit. Yeah, this will be exit. Get rid of this. We don't need the separator underneath anymore. Alright, there. I think that will do that. Let's run it and see how that's going to look like. So we can then speed up the rest of the menu. There we go. Drop it down. We have new, clear, and exit. Okay, let's add some more on the other side. So the next one, I'm just going to call that menu. Like this one is for the file. Let's come in here and just say ash. That's file menu. Right, file menu. And I'm going to copy and just call the other one. Come right down here. I'm going to call that edit menu. And inside my edit menu, I don't need all of this anymore because I've already defined the widget that I want to use. And this one, I'm just going to change this to edit menu. Okay, so everything here instead of file will become edit. That's edit, and edit here as well. There. And here I just need to change this to edit, and right up here let's enter maybe font size. Just make that up, font size, and here let's go for font color. Okay, I know some people spell it without the U, but we spell it with a U. Okay, and here it's going to be, let's go for BG color. Right, and that should take care of that. If I run it, this is how it should look like. So now that's done. There we go. Oh, we need to change the text. Let's change the text on it. Okay, it's actually calling this. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, because I need to change this one to edit menu here. Let's change that to edit menu. Right, I think that will do it now, because I've called the right menu that I'm talking to. So come in here, let's see. Come on. There, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to add some command to them as time goes on. So now you guys know how to create the menus. So I'm going to copy this very one again, and that will be for my number size. Paste that in there and come right down so that you guys can see it. And this will just be for font size. here font size, because I'll be entering numbers in there. This will be for default font size here. And in here I'm just going to change that to, well, let's call it number size, number size. And I'll change this one to number menu. There. Oh, some uppercase. Number menu. Okay. And this number menu, I have to call it here as well. Number menu. There we go. And here I'm going to change all of these to numbers. There. So let's just speed that up, changing it all to numbers. Right. Okay, the next thing is we want to change all of this text to some numbers. So I'm going to change this to, let's go for maybe 10. So we go for 10 there. Enter 10, come on. Right. And here I'm going to enter, let's go for maybe about 14. And here, maybe 18. We need to change the text here as well. So I'm going to just enter font, maybe font size. Yeah, why not? Font size. Okay, now let's enter some more numbers. I'm going to copy these. Now copy here where I have the separator. Paste. And here that will be, let's make that 22. And here we'll make that maybe 30. And let's add 2 more. Yeah, 2 more. 40 and 50. Come right down here. This will become 40. And we have 50 here. And there. So run it and see. The only bit that is left now is just the help. So that is our number. Okay. So I will now speed that up since you guys now understand how to create the menus. Okay, and I'll get back to you. I just need for drawing and help. That's it. Okay, those are just the 2 help menu that is left for drawing and for help. So let's run it and you guys see what I'm talking about. And there we go. That's for my help. We will need some method to get into all of this. Okay, so that's fine. Now that is taken care of, we now need to work on some of the functions that we will need to get things working on this our canvas. Okay, let's get some function in. The first thing I'm going to do is let me create some sort of like global variable there. I'm going to say self dot display. I'm going to call that string, and that's for my screen. And the next thing, let's grab this and just paste that right here. So that will be the function for this canvas itself. So I'm now going to create a function in there, just call it, yep. So display screen is going to be self, so it's been declared as a global variable anyway, so bring it down here. So now let's do one other thing. I'm going to say self dot font size. Maybe I should go for, let's go for 20. We can always change that. Then I'm going to also declare another one. Let's say font color, or the font color. Yeah, font color. Yeah. I'm going to make that default black. You can just type in black, or if you want, you can always type in 6 of this. Oh, come on. You can always type in apostrophe hash and 6 zeros. There. And that is it. That is for the font color. Okay, I might as well create another one for my background color. So let's copy that. The background, we can always change that to white anyway. So let's change this to BG. BG, that's white. 6 Fs. Yep, that is for that. Okay, now that I have those in place, let's try and draw 1 or 2 functions in there. So let's come down here and say function draw line. Okay, draw line, and that is going to be inside self. Now I'm going to assign a value to it. I just make that, let's say q equals, let's say 20 there. And we're going to come in here and just say self dot function color, paste that here, and that is going to be color chooser dot, we want to ask color, yeah, that's the spelling, ask color. And what color are you settling for? Is going to be font color. Where is it? This very one. Paste that in there. And now we enter an array for any incremental value there. Okay, that is that. I'm going to copy everything that I have in here, copy that and just paste it right underneath here. Let's realign this properly. I just want you to draw the lines. I'm going to get rid of this. Say there, we just say dot create underscore line, and this line I'm going to give it the following. Okay, that's, let's say 1000 by 100 by 300 by 100, comma, and let's say width equals font size. Okay, font size, that's the size of the text that will appear on it, comma, and now I'm going to say fill equals self dot font color. Paste that in there and close that there. I think that will do it for the first line. Let me see. Oh, first of all, let's correct this, and I also need to call this. Let's come right down here. Come right down. Where do we have line? Draw lines right here. So enter comma, and we just need to say command equals self dot draw line. Okay, if the line is fine, there should be a paint that we can choose from. Let's run it and see. And we choose the kind of color, whatever color we want. Okay, come in here, draw line. There we go. That's one down. Let's choose whatever color we want. There, you see that, guys? So let's try it again. There we go. That's fine. There's something I did not show to you guys. You see this little tick in there that I used? I'm going to show it to you guys. Let me just show it to you. See here, you will notice I use radio button, and here I've used check button in here. Here I use command button. I just use it to play around the menus. Okay, you guys can do that too. Like this is for check and this is for radio button. Alright, that is fine. You see this one? I'm going to get rid of these and just copy and paste the other one. Copy and change the coordinate around and paste that underneath here. And let's make a cross. So this one is going to be 650 by 0. Another 650 here. And okay, 600 we do there. And let's run it and see. Run. Then we can just copy and paste and change the rest around. So I'm going to go for green this time around. There we go. You see, that's how you draw lines. Alright, close that. I'm now going to copy this and just change that to rectangle. Copy, paste, and this is going to be draw rectangle. Let's get this indented properly. And for the rectangle, all we just need to do is to change the command to create rectangle. I don't need these. I'm going to get rid of these. And here there should be a bracket there. Okay, let's continue with this. Change this to maybe about 50 and maybe 150 here. And what about here? I'm going to make that would be where I wanted the location. Let's go for 800 by, yep. And what about, we don't need this. I can get rid of that, but I'm going to leave the fill. Okay, so that's rectangle. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need that for the rectangle. And I think that's all there is to it, but I then need to call this very rectangle. Let's come right down here and call it right here. Where is it? Where we have rectangle, comma, and that will be command equals self dot rectangle. There we go. Alright, you see this one is going to be for oval. So, but let's run that rectangle first and see, and we can just speed up things. Let's come in here, rectangle, select whatever color you want. There we go, rectangle created. Now let's draw lines. Line created, that's fine. Okay, close that. I want to copy this command and I will use that for oval. I will say create image here. Draw, this will be draw image. This will be, no, let's change that. This will be draw oval. There. Okay, let's create those two functions. Come up here, I'm just gonna copy. The drawing is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to need some images. And this will be draw oval. There we go. So for the oval, just change this to oval. And the coordinates, that will be, okay, 1300 by 300. And I'll enter 600 here for my location and 100 there. Okay, that is wrong. Okay, I might as well just copy all of this and just change things. Undo, undo, undo. Right. And just paste that in here. Okay, alright, now let's run it and see. there will be an error because there's nothing in here yet. Comment that out for now. Let's run it and see. Run. Let's see. Okay, oval. Blue. Yeah. No, it should be oval. What did I call in there? Oval, yeah. Okay, come in here. And let's go back in there and sort that out. It's saying rectangle. This one is saying oval. Okay. Let's cut it off. Cut. Paste. And paste. Alright. Come on, man. Alright, let's do that again. Oval. Good. Let's try a rectangle. Let's hope it's changed. Yeah, that's fine. And the lines. Right. That's good. Okay, that's taken care of. Now we need images. Okay, for the images, here are the functions for the images. Okay, but let me show you guys the images I intend to use. There they are. Okay, so let's come right down. There are 15 in numbers, so I'm going to copy and change these ones around. But if I run it now, this is what you will see. Oh, hold on, I need to change the command. Get rid of this. Yeah. Okay, now let's run it. Run. There we go. Draw image. There we go. It's drawn the very first image. So what I would then do is I'm just going to copy and paste and just change the details of the images around. That is the image copy. So image number 2, I need 14. Okay, and I'm just going to speed that up. And there we go, guys. Those are the lines of code for all the images that I've used. I have them on my system. They are all the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire images that I use. There they are, up to here. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to call it the end of this tutorial because it's getting longer than I expected. I think it's just too big. There we go. That's for the image. Lines. What else do we have? Rectangle and oval. There we go. Right. So I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this tutorial. I'll see you guys shortly.